So you want a new iPad, but you don't want to overpay for features you're never going to use. Every model is great, but they're all built for different people. So whether you want to just read books, watch videos, or finally replace that clunky old laptop, here's the breakdown of all the iPads that are available. No nerdy specs in this video, just the facts. And we're going to help you decide exactly which iPad you need in just 5 minutes. The first option is the iPad A16, or really this is the classic iPad. And this is going to be the best option for most people, whether you're a student on a budget or you just want to use this around the kitchen or the couch. This is an awesome option for watching content, browsing the web, or just finding recipes. And you can also always use Apple Notes or Pages or really any of the Microsoft apps all run fine on this. The next option is the iPad mini, and I call this the Pocket Pal. This to me feels very similar to using the phone, but with a little bit more screen real estate. So if you want to read books or just watch videos on a slightly larger screen, or if you want to use the Apple Pencil and be able to write on it or draw, this is a great option because it's small enough to hold with one hand, but it's still powerful enough to run any of the apps you want. This is my favorite one to use around the house because it really is super portable. Also, the display quality on the iPad mini is a little bit nicer than the iPad A16. Next on the list, we have the iPad Air M4, and this really takes everything that the iPad A16 does up a notch. You can get this one with either an 11, or you can also get it with a larger 13-inch display if you want. This is the best balance of price and features. The M4 model has made several major improvements. It's significantly faster than any of the other three we've talked about. It has more RAM than the previous versions, which is going to help you for multitasking, or if you want to use more apps. The display on the Air is actually quite a bit nicer than the A16, and the speaker quality on this is better as well. So this is going to be a better option if you watch a lot of content and if you really care about having better picture quality. You can get this in either an 11-inch or a 13-inch size. So if you want to have the gigantic iPad, that's an option with the iPad Air. Also, this has Wi-Fi 7, so it's going to give you better Wi-Fi connectivity for years to come. The last option on the list is the iPad Pro M5. This is the best for anyone who's a professional artist, if you're a video editor, or if you're just a tech enthusiast. This is the total laptop killer. It's got the Ultra Retina XDR display, which is a tandem OLED display. This is nicer than any display on any Apple product. It's also got the 120 hertz refresh rate, so scrolling on this feels like butter. If you want the best display and the best speaker quality, the iPad Pro M5 is the choice for you. Now, there's really three things you need to consider before you buy an iPad. The first is the size. I really like the mini for one-handed use, and if you want to use it like a digital notebook or an e-reader, the mini is the best choice for you because it's the only one with the 8.3-inch display. If you find yourself wanting the standard display size, then you can get the iPad A16, the Air, or the Pro. They all come in that 11-inch size. It's the perfect do-everything size. If you want to get the absolutely gigantic 13-inch display, you either have to get the iPad Air or the Pro. This is going to be great for drawing, or also if you want to replace a laptop. It is a little bit heavy to hold on the couch though, not quite as comfortable for that. And if you put one of the keyboard cases with it, it also gets pretty large using that, but the 13-inch display is going to be the best option for multitasking or having multiple apps open at the same time. Next, let's talk about storage. If you stream everything, or if you're just saving files to iCloud or Google Drive, then the 128 gigabyte models of any of these is going to be perfect for you. But if you want to download lots of games or applications, save movies for long flights, or if you want to edit high-resolution photos, you need to go for at least 256 gigabytes. You cannot get more storage on the actual iPad later. You can use an SSD with it, but it's not going to be as convenient as having the storage built straight into the iPad. Last, we need to talk accessories. You can use all these with any AirPods model, but the standard iPad can only use the basic USB-C Apple Pencil. But the iPad mini, the iPad Air, and the iPad Pro all support the Apple Pencil Pro, which can charge from the side of the iPad, which is super convenient, and it also has squeeze features for artists. If you type a lot, you need to get an 11 or a 13-inch iPad, and the Air and the Pro are going to be better options for people who want to use keyboards because these both support the Magic Keyboard, which turns the iPad into a floating workstation with the trackpad. The iPad A16 does have the Magic Keyboard Folio, but it's not quite as nice as the keyboards for the Air and the Pro. The iPad Pro's keyboard is a little bit nicer than the iPad Air's. If you're looking for the most affordable iPad and you really just want to use it to consume content and you want the nice standard 11-inch size, get the iPad A16. This one is awesome. Even though the screen's not quite as nice as the Air or the Pros, it still does a great job. If all you care about is portability, then you need to get the iPad mini just because this is the smallest option possible, and it does a great job at supplementing a phone, just giving you a little more screen real estate. Also, if you're a reader, this is going to be the best option for you because of just how comfortable it is to hold. For the best all-around iPad, I really recommend the Air. It has a lot of subtle improvements like display quality, speaker quality, the Magic Keyboard that you can get, that make it a better option than the iPad A16. But if you're looking for the total laptop killer, if you want to get into video editing or photo editing and you really want the best possible screen quality, get the iPad Pro. This one is a blast to use. Which iPad would you choose? Let me know in the comments which one you're going to pick up. And if you're interested in buying any of these, I have links to buy in the description below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any upcoming content. If you're still confused on which iPad to get, visit my website, adamtalkstech/iPad. I'll give you personalized iPad buying advice.